Barak Yahweh. Barak Yahweh Shai. Barak Yahweh. Barak Yahweh Shai. Barak Yahweh. Barak Yahweh Shai. All right, shalom, Mr. Brothers from the city of Indianapolis camp. We want to start by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honor to our apostles, elders, great millstone, and teacher, Ruel. Peace be safe to the hopeful that pushes the truth, week in, week out, in sincerity, charity, and love. All right? And the spirit of how about Shemon shot throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, we're just going to get right into it.
This is the book of 1 Ezra, chapter 1, starting at verse 50. It says, "Nevertheless, the power of their father sent by his messenger to call them back, because he spared them and his tabernacle also. But they had his messengers in derision, and look, when the Lord spake unto them, they made a sport of his prophets."
Yeah, which means they made entertainment of it, man. You know, at least it's the same thing with these jakes today, man. You know, they make entertainment of us out here on the highways and byways teaching, you know, thinking that this thing is a joke. You know, but only the men of the Lord are seeing the things that are heating up throughout the four corners of the earth, man. All right, the Lord is tightening this place up day by day. Day by day, something new is happening. You know, so that entertainment that everybody gets off of us, man. All right, it's gonna come to a cease, and people gonna know that what we out here teaching was wisdom, and that they should have grasped the wisdom that we were teaching about. You know. Can our brother jump to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20 for me, Baba Kushai? Is tomorrow that?
That was into that, but to add to your point, because one thing we understand is that, you know, throughout history, before the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, will bring forth judgment, he will send forth his servants, the prophets, to warn his people, and ultimately that was the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, showing mercy upon his people. You see? So as the scriptures tell us, there is no new thing under the sun. So you had scoffers back then in past generations, and guess what? You have scoffers here today. You see? And once again, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is showing mercy to his people by having his man out there in the open on the highways and byways. But what is Jake doing? Making fun of the garments they wear and things of that nature, man. You know? Making fun of the doctrine that the men of the Lord is speaking, man. You see, which ultimately all these things that Jake is doing is ultimately for their own detriment, man. You see? But this is the book of Proverbs, the first chapter, starting at verse 20. It says, "Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets."
The wisdom is the spirit of the Lord, man. The scriptures. All right, that's what's being uttered in the streets. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 21.
It hasn't been uttered. It's being uttered as this brother was going into through the messages, through the prophets. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Yep. Verse 21. "She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city, she uttereth her words, saying."
In the chief place of concourse. All right, like when we go out and we teach, we are in the chief place of concourse where everybody pretty much is going to be. You know, people are going to pass by. You know, in the ancient days, it was considered like the opening of the gates or the marketplace. That's what people would be, man. You know, the marketplace is where everybody would go daily. Fresh fruit, fresh herbs, you know, different things like that. That's where the prophets will be at. Go ahead.
Yeah, verse 22. "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?"
Yeah, you simple ones, you ones who we were going into about the entertainment. How long will you people make sport of us? Make fun of us, thinking it's all a game, man. All right? Till you how about some shot comes, all right, and destroy you people, man. You know? That's why we don't get hung up on these things. All right, go ahead.
It says, "And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge."
Yeah, the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge. All right, these dudes love to get on these keyboards, you know, and talk crap, you know. All right, and now people hate knowledge. Now people don't want to hear the scriptures. They don't want to hear Yahweh Shai, man. At this point, it's just, you know what? It's just, you know, the Israelites against the world right now, man. You know, they don't want to hear the doctrine of the Lord because it doesn't line up with their lifestyle, man. So, hey, when something is against everything you've done forever, if you're not a part of the select, you're gonna bump up against it, man. You know, you're gonna buck up. You know, you're not gonna agree with it. You know. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 23. "Turn you in my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you."
Right, turn at the Lord's reproof. He's gonna pour His Spirit unto you. He's gonna make known His words unto you. How you gonna do that? All right. Once again, there's those men being out there on the highways and byways, also the electric epistles. You know, He's letting His words be known unto you, man. All right. He's letting His Spirit be poured out unto you. You know. So.
So you mentioned earlier, brother, pull the scripture to what
Just a little bit more on this one, though.
Then we're gonna come back to this. Where the Lord spoke about how His men will come out and preach up against many countries.
Yep. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verses 7 and 8. It says, "Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence."
And that's what we're doing. All right, we're reenacting what the prophets of old have done. All right, but y'all think that it's a joke nowadays, but we're just reenacting what our forefathers did. Okay, but y'all take it as a joke and think that everything is funny and nothing gonna happen. They been saying the Lord gonna come back since my grandma was alive. They were saying it, you know. But soon you'll see that happening what's really coming. We are in those last evil days. All right. And when the Lord decides to take His man up off the street, you're going to be searching from west to north to east to south to try to obtain this truth, man. All right. That was it, brother.
Back to Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 24. It says, "Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded."
The Lord is stretching out His hand right now. Stretching out His hand with what? With His men, the prophets, man. All right. And y'all, what do y'all do? Y'all not taking heed to it. Okay. Not at all. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 25. "But ye have set at naught all my counsel."
Y'all don't want to hear the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Y'all will do your own thing. Alright? Go ahead.
It says, "And with none of my reproof."
And when we tell you that you're wrong and you're going off, Jake got what? Jake got an attitude. Jake think you're doing them wrong. Alright? Go ahead.
You know, because Jake don't want to let go of the shit that they've been brought up in their whole life.
That's right.
The scriptures say there is a way we see right into it, man. But the end thereof are the ways of death.
That's right,
see?
bro.
So ultimately, for the majority of you Jake's lives, man, alright, y'all been brought up in the ways of death, man. We've all been brought up in the ways of death. Alright, but ultimately we understand that the marvelous light of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is shedding abroad, and ultimately, the ways of life are being revealed unto you, man. But as the scripture say, the book of Jeremiah 8th chapter, alright, it tells us that majority of Jake in these last days would rather choose death over life, man.
That's right.
You see, and we see that manifest by your deeds, by your actions, the things you say, right? But going on in Proverbs 1 and 26, it says, "I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes."
That's right. So when all hell is breaking loose in your life, man, and the Lord is going to be, we're going to be laughing. All right, we're already laughing. You know, we find a lot of judgment of the Lord, and we're laughing at you people, man. All right, because we gave the warning, but you didn't want to hear it. All right, we piped. We piped unto you, but you didn't want to dance. You know, we sung that beautiful song, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but you ignored the words, man. All right, that's it on that.
A little bit more.
Okay.
It say, verse 27. "When your fear cometh as desolation,
Uh-huh.
and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind."
Right, when your fear comes to desolation, which is just destruction, and it said there's a whirlwind. All right, go ahead.
It says, when distress
And
and
anguish.
anguish cometh upon you."
Yeah. So you're gonna be all over the place, man. You ain't gonna know what's going on. All right. You're gonna be bugged out. You know, it's gonna be too much craziness going on, man. A lot of people are gonna go what they call mentally unstable in that day, man. You know?
Scriptures go into men's hearts no longer fear.
Yeah.
You know? So people gonna be literally having a heart attack and at the same time just completely bugging out in their mind. See, because like the scripture talks about, we're coming to a time like never before. So majority of the people on the face of the earth, they're not going to be able to fathom all the judgment all at once, man.
Excuse me. That's right.
It say verse 28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
Mm-hmm.
They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
Right, you're gonna be looking for the Lord, you're gonna be calling upon him, you're gonna be praying. Alright? The Lord gonna stop asking those prayers, man. Alright? You're gonna be searching for the man of the Lord, you're not gonna be able to find us. Alright? They ain't gonna know what to do out here, man. You know?
The scriptures say, he that turneth away his spirit from the hearing of the law, even his prayers shall be abomination.
That's right.
Jake is out here. Here it is, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has sent forth his servants, the prophets, to correct and reprove Jake, alright, before trouble hits. But what does Jake do? They turn their ear away. They snatch the shoulder like Zechariah the 7th chapter said. See, so when all hell breaks loose, man, and the Lord is gonna bring all that shit Jake was doing back to their remembrance, man. See, there's no amount of prayers, no amount of fasting that the wicked of our people can do to ultimately get out the judgment that the Lord is getting ready to bring upon them. It say verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
That's what it was. They hated knowledge and they chose not to fear the Lord. So hey, the Lord, you're gonna fear him. You're gonna fear him sometime. All right, that fear is coming. All right.
And after that, King
that
Nebuchadnezzar
little
had made him to swear by.
Sorry, brother.
It's out there, brother. That little passive judgment is finna be over with, man. The Lord finna cast hard judgment, man, out here, man. All right, Jewish people gonna be scared, man. All right, get it together.
Another reason that y'all not gonna, another reason that they're not gonna hear you, because a lot of y'all don't know the actual true name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Y'all gonna be calling on the wrong name in that day. All right, you're gonna get destroyed because you want to continue to follow into this Christianity philosophy. That Christianity philosophy is going to be justifiable in that day when it's not. It's really going to be unto your destruction. Go ahead, brother.
Yep, it say verse 30. It says, there were none of my counsel. It said, yeah, there were none of my counsel. They despised all my rules. It says, therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices.
I want to hear the words of the Lord. All right? You got men, we signed and crying into what? Jerusalem is made a power in the earth again. Right? Is that what the scripture say? That's what we're doing. That's the water for correct to use the word. I know it was power or praise. So y'all don't want to hear y'all don't want to hear none of the counseling of the Lord. You got men every day pushing out videos. You got men doing all type of different things, man, on different levels in this truth. All right, you got some men who push out a video every day. It's not gonna be no excuses. They push them out in different languages. All right, we got sign. All right, in every other language as well. So it's not gonna be an excuse in that day, man. Keep on taking what the prophets of the Lord say for a joke. Keep on taking the Lord's men for a joke and see what's gonna happen to you, man. We know what's gonna happen to you because we know what the scriptures are saying. So we're out blowing the trumpet right now, giving out the warning. But y'all don't want to take heed. You're gonna let the enemy come in and destroy you. Go ahead.
Because like with the opening scripture in first chapter, it tells you what, that they made a sport of the prophets, which ultimately to make sport of something means what, you're making fun of something.
Yeah.
Now, an example, all right, in the scriptures where Jake's making fun of the prophet. I believe it was Elijah in I think it was Elisha in the 2 Kings, the 2nd chapter. What did they say? They said, go to the bald head. What happened was Elisha cursed him in the name of the Lord. Guess what? All right, the bears came out and saved him alive, man. You see? So this goes to show, the Lord, he don't play. All right, when you make sport his prophets, man. there comes a heavy judgment with that, man. You know?
Okay.
That proverb says that judgments are prepared for scorners and stripes for the back of fools.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
God, the Lord's judgment is going out heavy right now. All right, we seeing it in the midst of just with brothers and brothers around us. The Lord is actually, the Lord is how can I say it? The Lord is accepting brothers' prayers and bringing judgment immediately, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So hey, you better quit. You better what? For every idle word, man must give account for thereof in the day of judgment, man. May it be good or evil. So you better be careful what you're doing when it comes to the man's Lord, or the man of the Lord, man. All right. You got anything else, brother?
No, that's it, bro.
All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and great millstones who rule and teach well. And peace and salutation to you brothers, pushing the truth week in, week out, in sincerity, charity, and love, and the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. With that, shalom.
Shalom.